How do outside energy forces affect your peace, and what can you do about it? Hi, I'm MarBeth Dunn. Welcome to Conversations About Peace and the World Miracle Peace Experiment. I'm so thrilled today to have as our guest Laurie Seymour. She is a #1 best-selling author and host of the popular Wisdom Talk radio podcast. She's also a speaker and the founder of the Baka Journey. Welcome, Laurie. I'm so thrilled that you're here with us today. We got lots to talk about.
We do have lots to talk about, MarBeth, and I'm so delighted as well to be here with you.
Yeah, and you're also a transformational mentor and a guide. I know that you like to work with people who are at life's crossroads, and that's a beautiful thing. I like that too. You know, when people are going through a transition, I think it's a really ripe time for them to move into a place of growth and into something that's completely different. It's exciting.
It is exciting, and it's really a time when you get to look at where have I been and how can I more deeply and more truly, sustainably connect with that inner guidance that's there that we don't often pay attention to or don't trust.
Yes, that inner wisdom, that guidance, when we can go deep within and access that wisdom, everything just flows.
That's, for me, the essence of inner peace. But, you know, saying that and doing that are two different things, because I don't know, I find so often that people live more comfortably, well, that's not really true, more familiarly with that place of, well, this is how I do it. This is how I live. And by reaction, rather than just taking those few moments, a few conscious breaths to allow the breath to settle our body and to start to say, what do I really want? What's true for me? And that inner voice or that inner sensing is available, but we just have to take some time to give ourselves to it.
And it's so important, because when we're reacting, we end up doing things that we don't want to do.
Yeah. And then we feel bad. we feel out of sorts. Sometimes I know I can feel like I don't know what's wrong. But and if I push through that feeling of discomfort, of inner discomfort, I know what I'm doing is I'm creating a greater sense of dis-ease, really unease within myself. And that's what goes out into the world. You know, we wonder why there's so much tumult, why there's such upheaval. And, you know, I don't wonder, because I feel how each of us has a responsibility to our own inner environment. And if that inner environment is not being peaceful, what can we expect from the outer environment?
That's so true. You know, for, I guess, about a week or two now, I noticed that my habits had changed in the morning. Instead of starting my day with meditation, which I always do, I actually would take my phone into the bathroom and I would start looking at news headlines. Not a good thing. You know, that's not a good way to start the day. So that has shifted.
And it's interesting that you bring that up about the news headlines and all of that, because it's so present for us today. And I mean, it always is, but it seems like it's more present. And someone brought this up in the online meditation class that I do twice a week. And they said, I've just stopped watching the news because of what it does. It's like, that's our food. And if that's the food that we're taking in, of course we're jangled, because we're all focused out there.
Yes, and I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. Mm-hmm. And yet I was like tuning in, like, what's going on around? Mm-hmm. But I think if there's a difference between looking at what's good news, you know, and it just seems like there's so much going on right now that it's you just watch it and, you know, and it's just so shocking and, you know, and there's just so much corruption and it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to get caught up in that.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
That brings, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that brings the point of, well, of course we want to know what's going on, or at least on some level. So how can we do that? And for me, it has to do with, how can I be present to what's going on out there, so to speak, and still maintain my own inner equilibrium? And for me, that is the place of being the witness to what is going on.
Sure.
If I can take some breaths before I to watch the news, if I'm going to watch the news, then it's like, oh, wow, look at that, look at that, look at that. And I can have a sensing of what's going on. I can discern what feels true and what feels doesn't,
Mm-hmm.
what doesn't feel true.
Yeah.
And I don't have to get caught up in it.
That's really beautiful. I like that you do that, because I noticed when I do it first thing in the morning, it's a time when we're vulnerable. We've
Yes.
just awakened, and it's so much more healthy for me to meditate first, because that sets the tone for the rest of my day.
Yeah.
But if I don't do that first, if I allow these other vibrational frequencies in,
Yeah. That's it. I mean, thank you, MarBeth. That's so beautiful, because it's all vibration. It's all vibration. If we can just realize that everything is vibration. And so and it's there in our thoughts. So if we have rotten thoughts, that's the vibration that we're bringing into our body, that we're allowing in.
yes,
And those are the vibrations of disease, truly.
yes.
So, we have the option of, what are we going to fill ourselves with? And I love that you start your day that way. That's really beautiful.
Oh, it's so important. And the other thing that I've realized, I have a timer on my phone that I set for every hour. Now, I don't hear it every hour, but when I do, I can look at, okay, is there anything from this past hour that
Oh,
is disruptive, if it's bothering me at all? And okay, let's clear it now. I'm
yeah.
not going to bring it with me to the next one.
That, to me, MarBeth, is the essence of self-responsibility.
I like
That
that.
really is, because I mean, it's even what I could call radical responsibility.
Ooh,
It
I like
you
it.
know it's not ending your day and saying, well, I feel kind of, what happened today.
Yeah,
And
let me just turn on the TV and bliss.
yeah, and I need to relax, I need to whatever. Well, why? What happened that you get to the end of the day and you're drained? Not that kind of tired where you say, wow, this was a day well lived,
Yes,
but that sense of, you know, I've there's been too much. And that has to do with our boundaries too, and paying attention to, what did I do something that wasn't really what I wanted to do, what I longed to do. It was more something that I thought I was supposed to do. And, how can we pay attention? How can we have that, let me say it this way. How can we live from that place of inner direction if we don't pause, like you're saying, that each hour moment to check in,
sure.
and to say, we can do that in a single breath. We don't have to take, do an hour long meditation. That has a different purpose.
Sure.
But taking a conscious breath, how do I feel? What's happening right now? Gives me that opportunity to shift.
I love that. Yeah, just one breath, just even a couple of breaths, and it can just totally transform you. You're allowing a different perspective in. And when we were talking about the things that we should do, I don't think it's a good thing to do that. Now, sometimes there are things that we know need to happen. For example, we're selling our house, and then there's going to be a move, and there are a lot of shoulds in there. Like I should be we're showing the house today, and so that can be very disruptive. So I think what you can do when you're experiencing things like this, then you can just actually, and you notice that you're feeling that inner resistance. You really don't want to do it, but you know it has to get done. Just ask, and how can I see this a different way? Is there another way I can look at this
Yeah,
so I can feel better? I can
exactly.
feel more positive.
Hmm.
When we open it
Exactly.
up as an open-ended question, then we're allowing uh, spirit, the universe,
Mhm.
God, whatever we want to call it, to come in and give us a whole different perspective on what's going
Yes.
on and
Yeah.
move into that more neutral place that you're talking about. I love that.
Yeah. That's the essence of living from that place, aligned with your own inner guidance. But you have to get curious. And I find curiosity to be an aspect that if we can enliven that within us, like,
Sure.
okay, well, how else can I do that? What's this about? Curiosity takes you beyond judgment.
Yes.
Judgment is that has that different vibration that doesn't feel very good.
No, it
But
doesn't.
curiosity raises the vibration, and we
Yes.
say, well, what's possible? And that's when that inner awareness, that inner guidance can come to us.
And it's interesting. I do that before these conversations.
Hmm. Me too.
And I just say, come in, just let's guide us. Let's
Yeah,
create something really magical here. And
yeah.
it works.
It always works.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We,
Yeah.
you know, we just have to allow it. We have to receive it. It's like I can't live my life unless I receive my life.
Ooh, I like that. That's a
Yeah.
beautiful quote right there.
Mm. It's something that I, who used to be such a pusher, I learned this from my mother.
Yes.
And push, get things done, do, um, control, all of that whole package. And my mother just struggled through life, truly. And that's what I learned was life is where
Life
you
is
struggle.
hard. Life is hard. It's a
Life is hard.
struggle. Yes.
Ugh. Ugh. I can just feel it. My whole body starts to want to collapse.
And it's exhausting and
It
it's
is.
draining and
Yeah.
so non-productive. You do
Yeah.
get you get things done, but it's such a cost.
That's it. It's such a cost
Yeah.
because, and that cost is higher than I realized I wanted to keep paying, because I started discovering that there was another way to be. But it took me a really long time to um, start to trust that really, that love, that unconditional love, was present there within me. That guidance was available. It wasn't just for other people, for the people in the know, the people that had the secret. You know, it was really for each of us.
So what was the transformational moment for you?
Oh, let's see. In a really succinct way, it was receiving an energy transmission from somebody, from a true master who held that vibration, who had that vibration. And in having that experience, what was really an initiation, I had that feeling inside of me. I had never had that, and I had done so much. I'd been searching for my whole life, really.
Sure.
And in that experience, I had something that I could physically relate to. I had it in my body. It wasn't an idea. It wasn't a concept. It wasn't something that was fleeting. It anchored within my body. And so when moments of self-doubt would come up, and it's not like they never do, because they still do,
They
but
do.
mostly they don't in the same way, because I could tell the difference between what my body felt like in the experience of self-doubt or self-judgment,
Hmm.
and the difference between that and that experience of unconditional love in my body. And it was like, well, wait a minute, because the essence of my self-doubt was, well, I couldn't possibly be loved, I couldn't possibly be lovable. And that really shifted in
Yeah.
such a fundamental way that it's never gone back.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love
Yeah.
that, Laurie. Yeah. I've had that experience of that otherworldly,
Mhm.
unconditional love. And it's so profound. And so many of us, I would say probably everyone on some level feels I'm not lovable. I
Yeah.
don't deserve to be loved.
Mhm.
And, even if we don't know that we're carrying it, it's there in those very deep recesses of our being.
Yeah.
And then when you feel that love just filling you up, ooh,
Yeah.
so
I really feel it like it's there in the cell. It's there in the structure of the cell, that doubt. But so is that essence of unconditional love.
yes,
And that's what needs to be awakened.
yes.
And
And
as that's awakened, we were flooded with really with remembrance.
yes, it's truly remembrance.
Yeah.
And so when you focus more on the self-love and
Mhm.
you focus on that, that's of course going to be growing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you're growing rather than something else.
Yeah. So so let's recap a little bit. So we need to be aware of what we're putting into our
Mm.
consciousness
Yeah.
and be very careful because it will impact the rest of our day. Actually, it will impact our life.
Yeah.
And I remember from A Course in Miracles that there's no such thing as an idle thought.
Ooh, true
Yeah.
enough. Hmm.
So when we're bringing in thoughts, oh, there's so much corruption out there. Everybody is a crook,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
all, and there's so much violence, and you have to shift that. You can't
Yeah.
even go there. And I loved what
Yeah.
you said about taking the time to go into that more neutral space
Hmm.
and, just breathing and just being aware that, okay, from this place as a witness,
Yeah.
I'm going to look at this, but I'm not going to get emotionally involved in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at it. I'm dispassionate about it, but it's just a story out
Yeah.
there.
We need to know what's going on
Yes,
but if we're the witness,
yes,
get to have discernment. What is true and
yes,
what is not. Yeah.
yes. And then to recognize, that we do have this whole life experience that we think we're living
Yeah.
is not real. What really is
Mhm.
real is the witness part of ourselves,
Yeah.
that expanded awareness. And as we develop that, we develop greater wisdom. We have access to that limitless wisdom, which is
Yes.
within us.
Yeah. So beautifully said.
Oh, yeah. I'm really digging this conversation.
Yeah. That's, this world peace experiment that you've been doing. How do we create that? How do we allow that? It's got to start here.
And
And
truthfully, that was divinely guided. It was not my idea.
I understand.
Yeah, I
You allowed yourself to receive
know.
it, though.
I
You allowed
did.
yourself to receive it, but you didn't just receive it, you acted upon it.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's the difference. That makes all the difference, is that you were willing to do it, to take action.
Whenever I receive information, I don't have, and it's a lot of times it's very bizarre, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't hesitate because I know that
Yeah.
it's meant to be. It has to
Yeah.
happen.
It has to happen. And I recognize in you that kindred spirit. And it's more than a kindred spirit. It's that willingness to listen. And I'm going to use a word that for some people might sound strange, but to listen and obey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
that's an
following through.
interesting word. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think of it as obey, like, like, I'm going
Oh,
to.
no, no, no.
No, no, no. But I think of it as like, okay, I got it. This is my guidance, and I always follow it. I
Yeah.
just do.
Yeah.
So, there's no question when I receive that guidance and I know where it's coming from,
Hmm.
I do it.
Yeah.
And so are we making a difference? Oh, yeah. The level of violence has dropped. And even the
Yeah.
flare ups, I think it's an opportunity for more truth to come in and open hearts and create
Mhm.
more collaboration.
Yeah.
I think good things are happening.
You know it.
Yeah, but the overall level has dropped, over the last couple of months. I haven't really released the latest figures I have, which were the beginning of August,
Hmm.
but I should. I should
Yes.
put them out
Yeah.
there because it's important and people need to see it. Yes, we are making a difference. And the fact is that when we just commit to meeting, to whether you're watching the meditation at noon Eastern, which was 10 o'clock your mountain time, or you're watching the replay sometime during the day, that energy field is still there, that field of love and miracles, of consciousness. It's there. And the more people that tap into it, the bigger it gets. And
Yes.
truthfully, I want to expand the live viewers of this meditation to at least 75 over the next month. Oh, I said
Hmm.
it out
Hmm. Yes.
loud.
Yes. Yes.
I think because think of how much more profound can it be. I know that when two or more are gathered, it's already exponential. But when 75 people are gathered live, oh my God, I can just imagine.
Yeah.
I can feel it. I can feel it. So that would be very exciting. That will
It,
be.
it is exciting.
It
It
is
is exciting.
already
It
exciting.
is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Very
We,
true.
we don't know, and you know what? We don't have to know how it's going out. We don't because we can't control it. It's probably better we don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I am so, I feel blessed, and I thank you for inviting me to be part of this because it is truly, it's truly world changing.
Yeah, it is. And I'm so grateful to be part of it because I
Mhm.
know one person can make a difference. We
Yes.
are so powerful. And you are a Turaya
Turea. Turea.
meditation master.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
am.
tell us a little bit about Turaya.
Um, Turea was originally brought through in this work that a group of about 50 of us did over a span of about 20 years of inner research. And it's Turea meditation and Turea touch. There are two ways of working with this energy, and where the Turea teacher is using higher consciousness energy symbols with people during the time of meditation.
Oh, I
During
love it.
and also as a hands-on way as Turea touch. That has to be done live and in person. But the Turea meditation, I do live classes, but I also do that online. And that's what I will be bringing when we do the Turea, or the World Meditation, the Peace Meditation. I'll be doing Turea meditation
Oh,
with
I'm
the
so
people
looking
that are
forward.
present.
I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to that. That'll be
yeah,
wonderful. So you are going to be doing the meditation on Monday.
I am. Yeah,
Really looking forward to that.
yeah. I'm excited.
Me too. Well, thank you so much, Laurie, for being part of this on our conversation about peace on the World Miracle Peace Experiment. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Ah, what a blessing.
What a blessing. Thank you, MarBeth, for having me.
And have a wonderful day.